Today in It's Your Business, being first on Google can help to boost the awareness of your company and drive more traffic to your website. But is there anything you can do to guarantee your website will show up at the top of a Google search? Well, for that answer, we have Corey Smith, president of Tribute Media here. Corey, that's the big question. Any way to guarantee that?
Yeah, you know, it's interesting how often I see so many search engine optimization companies say that we're going to guarantee your spot at the top of Google.
Yeah.
Well, even Google says that if anyone guarantees that spot, you should run away.
Really?
Yeah,
So there are no guarantees.
There are no guarantees, and that's the biggest challenge that we have in the field of optimizing to be at the top of the search engines. Is we want this guarantee, and as business owners, we want some sort of guarantee. But because there's no guarantee, there's no way that we can ever consider being at the top of Google as a foregone conclusion. We have some things that we can do.
Okay.
There
are some things to help that. No guarantees, but
yeah, there's
some things you can do.
And the more we do of these things, the more likely it is that we'll be at the top of the search engines. But the first thing we need to do is we need to do a little bit of an analysis. We need to understand where we really sit. Now, so here's the name of my company. If you do a Google search for the name of your company, you better show up at the top of Google.
Yeah.
I can't tell you how many people I look at and they say, oh, well, I Google my name and I don't even show up. Well, that's the first thing you measure.
That's a problem.
Now, the second thing you want to do is identify a number of keywords.
Okay.
And so I've got a couple more images here. So if you just type in a term, where do you show up in the search engines? In fact, we can look at the next image as well, and it's just another simple example.
Okay.
So
we can go to there. You go.
The first question that you want to ask is how many different search terms show up at the top of Google or Bing or Yahoo or whatever. So if I type in a search term and I am at the top, there's one. Type in a different search term, there's two.
Nice.
Well, being at the top for 5 or 10 is not necessarily good. You want to be at the top for 20 or 30 or 50 or 100. Now, the second thing we want to look at is how many times we are listed at the top of the search engines. How many times, if we type in a search term, how many times do we show up on that first page? So I got a couple of examples here. The first, if you do a search for social media bacon, you'll notice that there's my post and there's a number of images that also return back to me. So that's one way that you can do it. Now, the real way that you want to do that is you want to look at searching for a lot of listings. So the next example here, if you type in my name, Corey Smith Boise, I think when I pulled this last week, I was 8 of the 10 on the first page of Google.
Great.
So that's the next question you want to ask is how many terms do you show up in multiple locations? Now I've got 3 things that you can do once you've analyzed where you are. I've got 3 things you want to look at with your website. The first is the code.
Okay.
As that code is done properly, you're going to encourage the search engines to index you more appropriately. If you can't do that yourself, get a professional to help you. Make sure it's done right.
Sure.
The second thing you want to look at are links. And now links are people that link to you inbound.
Sure.
And they're like votes, right? So every time someone links to you, it's another vote that says you're credible, you're someone important. But the most important thing that you can do is write lots of content. Write content, write a blog post, put events information up, put press releases, content not only on your site, but content on other people's other sites. You want guest blogs and news articles and anything that you can so that people can find you in the search engines.
Fantastic. Great stuff. Code, links, content.
That's
Corey,
it.
thank you so much. We have more information about all this set up on a hot link at ktvb.com. If you don't know where that is, search it on Google. We're the top result. We'll be right back.
Thank you.